A few weeks ago, I visited Axel, my old friend from Belgium, who's married to Mandy from South Africa. Together, they live on their farm, about an hour's drive from Johannesburg. We talked about memories of our youth and our wild days, and told stories we didn't know about each other yet. This is their story.
I grew up in Antwerp. My first real work or something that made me money was chopping trees, cutting into little blocks for my uncles, sell it to them for the fireplace. So I could get some pocket money. My parents bought that property in the middle of the forest. I was always gone there. I was nowhere to be found. I was out in the forest. I had to help a lot in that garden. But we had relatively primitive tools to maintain that garden. While our neighbor had a little tractor. He just go pop, 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 and his grass was cut. And that's something that stayed with me. Living here made me decide you need the right tools to do something. That's very important in life. I immigrated to South Africa, where I got involved in the construction industry, small jobs, doing alterations on people's houses, renovations, that kind of work. Because in Belgium I was always busy, either in my own house or we had flats in those days. I renovated the flats. I was always busy. Electrical work, plumbing work, plastering, bricklaying, whatever. Je die er allemaal in krijgen.
I grew up in a very violent era in South Africa. Everywhere, every township, not just in Joburg, but everywhere, it was violent. Apartheid was rife, but it was kicking and kicking hard because it was towards its last days. It was challenged and it was not comfortable for them, for the system. We took part in demonstration, but we did it for the liberation or the change that we wanted to see in our country. I was shot. I was scathed by a bullet. There was a part of my youth. You know, at 13, 14, you carry a 50 kg bag. Call it child labor, but to me it wasn't child labor. It was, you know, you are running away from poverty. You don't want to be poor. Yeah, that was my youth. I did a lot of jobs in my life. I was involved in acting, bad acting, very bad acting. I did modeling. They say I was good, but I didn't like it. I was a face of JPS. JPS, that was Johnny Player Special, cigarettes, and I would be invited to all these parties. I also had a tuck shop. It's your informal shop that you can open in your yard. That I was making serious money until I was robbed. I think I was robbed 3 times. You might not get lucky the 4th time. Then we stopped. And I was in construction.
Wacht, hè. Dat is wel een serieuze papier, hè. We met on a dating app on our phones. We felt a connection, and I came to Johannesburg to meet Mandy in person.
When I first laid my eyes on him, I knew this was my man. And it actually confirmed everything that we were chatting about over the phone. I was excited. I had butterflies inside me. I tried to contain myself because I just met him for the first time. I didn't want to show too much excitement in case he was not where I was, feeling-wise. But only to find out we were best of the feather. We just took off and we flew together.
I got a job offer in Johannesburg to do a conversion of an office block into a residential building. Mandy got involved in that project, and we learned to work together. We moved to Belgium in 2009 because my mother was seriously sick, ill. And we had to make a living in Belgium. And I ended up as a contractor installing solar panels on houses.
A very nice experience. It opened my eyes to see another world and another lifestyle and how other people live. Yeah, I don't regret living there. The only thing that I didn't like in Belgium is the winter. It hits to the bone.
After my mother's passing, we moved back to South Africa. And the experiences in Belgium then made us decide to start Ilanga Energy, where we continued installing solar panels because we saw the sun shines in South Africa double the number of hours that it shines in Europe. And we kept working together. We were a bit early because it was difficult for people to accept that the solar system actually works. The supply of materials for solar installation was very limited.
One day we were brainstorming.
Then we decided to design our own mounting structures. We saw that other contractors, installers were also struggling finding those things, and we saw the opportunity to sell those mountings to other installers. So we decided to leave installations completely and focus on manufacturing PV mountings. imports from China. They produce things at prices it's unbelievable. We try to fight that with our flexibility. Because if you import something from China, it will take 8 weeks minimum before it comes in your warehouse. Whereas within 3 weeks, we can supply you with a lot of material. So your project can start.
And another threat is the Chinese products that come in from China, 98% finished, 2% is finished in the country. It qualifies as South African product on free trade. That is a threat to every aspiring or growing business person in Africa, actually. I mean, competition is good, but fair competition.
You know, something grows, it peaks, and then it goes down, and then it stays at a certain level. Because of the 10 people building a new house, 2 or 3 will put solar panels on their roof in future anyway. Something like that. So we will always have this demand for our mounting structures, but I think it will be much less. And then the olives will actually take over our income. A lot of our oil will be sold directly to end users. We'll sell to restaurants, some health shops probably. It's a big piece of land, but in terms of agriculture, it's a small piece. I think it's one of the highest incomes per hectare in any farming project that you can imagine. I think we will be able to ask a fair price for our product because it's a good quality. And if we get 1 liter of oil per tree, which is a conservative number, so we got 4,000 trees, so 4,000 liters times 300 rand is 1.2 million before taxes. But still, for a 10 hectare property, it's profitable. So that's the reason why we chose the olives. And we like olives. That's our pension.
Yeah, be proud.
Nice croquettes.